Monica from Looking for Group. Today I'm here with Nigel Deakin, the head coach of Overwatch at SUNY Broome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great as well. Thank you for being here, taking the time to answer these questions. We're going to dive into getting to know a little bit more about the overall esports program at your institution, and I do want to know a little bit in particular about the Overwatch team as well. So, without further ado, if you don't mind, I'm just going to hop right into the questions.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All
Oh, can I
right.
say that?
I hope so. Heck yeah. He said
All
heck
right.
yeah,
Yes. Heck
everyone.
yeah.
Heck yeah. All right. So, can you tell me a little bit about how the program got started at your school?
Sure thing. So, at our school, it was myself, my boss at the time, Furman Romero, and another IT professional on our team, Jeremy Isabella. The three of us kind of worked together to get an esports club started on campus, so that we could kind of gauge and see what sort of interest was there for the students, and then we worked with athletics to get SUNY Broome like a varsity team for the school set up for Overwatch specifically. That was where we started, and it was just kind of like building up from there. It was a slow process for us just because we had to make sure that um, like everyone that was on board was fully on board, that administration was supporting the idea, and that we knew what we were doing and getting into. And then from there, it sort of just blossomed out. So the first year we had Overwatch only. Now we're sitting at Overwatch, Rocket League, Madden, and Super Smash Brothers. And
Excellent.
yeah.
So, you're playing all of those titles competitively?
Yes. Well, those are what we offer at the
Okay.
moment. Right now, we only have a confirmed Overwatch team and a couple players for Super Smash Brothers. We had a Rocket League team, but one person ended up having to drop. So that is, we don't have enough players in Rocket League at this moment right now. And we didn't get any for Madden, but those are still going to be offered throughout the rest of this year and going into further years.
Excellent. So, I noticed that a lot of colleges have a distinct difference between their communities' competitive and casual sides. Can you tell me a little bit about the casual component, if there is one, at SUNY Broome?
Yeah. Our esports club is the more casual side of things, which we use that as our gateway for pretty much everything that goes into the varsity side of things. We'll use the club for tryouts. We will do some networking through them, and uh, it's where we tell our students and our athletes to go to just kind of get to know each other. Um, it's a little weird right now, obviously, because everyone's home. Um, so the club operates slightly differently, where we have designated meet times of 3 to 5 every day or whatever, but there's no obligation to show up because if everyone's home, they can just play these games with them whenever. Um, However, we're still kind of pushing for it, and we're getting a lot of interest in it from the casual side of things, and then going into the competitive side of things, it's just a bit more rigorous, where we're or like to the point of like we want to build this up as a team that's going to make a name for our school, as we're a school that has a good Overwatch team, or we're a school that is known for esports. That's kind of the goal for us right now.
Excellent. And have you guys joined any leagues or do you have in house tournaments? How do you get your competitive teams to compete?
Right now, as of this year, we are a part of the NJCAAE, um, which is it's new for us. We have our first official game today, because previous to this, we were just kind of trying to do scrimmages against other schools, and then Corona happened,
Mm.
and we had to kind of shut down the program for until this semester started. So now we have all the resources that the NJCAA offer, and it's you know we're hoping for a good year. Our kids are super excited. Myself, and Jeremy, my assistant coach, are super excited about it. So that's I think we're gonna be sticking with them. We were looking at NACE for a bit, but NJCAA just kind of fit us a little bit better.
Yeah, it's always good to have options because I think each conference, each league has its own, population, community, and it's whatever one fits yours the best, I think, and your schedule
Mhm.
and so on and so forth. So, yeah, it's good to be selective for those kinds of things. So, switching gears a little bit, I want to know about the facility that you guys have on campus. And I know that COVID might have thrown a little wrench in these plans and changed things up a little. But if you could share what the space currently looks like, how much space that you have, the computers that you have to offer, peripherals, do students have to bring their own? Those sorts of things are what I'm wondering.
So right now, our we call it the esports arena, but it's definitely not as high scale as some of the other ones out there. Like it doesn't look anything like the stadium that's being built in Philly right now. Um, but we have, I think it's 12 12 built PCs that the folks in the IT department, myself and specifically, had built last year, kind of from spare parts a little bit, but then we also went out and purchased like new processors, more RAM, SSDs, all that stuff. So we've got 12 for students in our space, as well as one for the coaches. Hooked up to a big TV so that we can do game reviews and play practice and just kind of we have a central space where we can all come together. The club shares that space when uh, I'm around to be there as the club advisor. I'm trusted enough to I'd be like, hey, you kids can come in and use this stuff and play together and whatever. Right now, everything's closed because we're all from home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as for peripherals, we provide everything that they would need to play a game. So we've got keyboards and mice that are uh, gaming. Um, that would in air quotes, gaming mice and keyboards, and uh, I think we use Corsair headsets so that everyone can play to the best of their ability with equipment that's not uh, like they don't have to bring their own. They absolutely can. We had a handful of students that would bring in better headphones or their personal mouse that had their settings saved to it or whatever else. But if they didn't have that, it wasn't a problem.
Okay, all right. It's good that they have the option. I noticed that a lot of kids do like to bring their own mice and keyboards just because
Hmm.
it's just like a feeling from home, comfort,
Yeah.
and like I know where everything is on this, because sometimes you can get a keyboard and something's off by like a centimeter and then you're hitting the wrong button. So
Yep.
I totally get that. So another question I have for you is, when you're talking to prospective students about this program, what are some unique things that you like to point out that set you apart from other institutions' esports programs?
Uh, I think I'm not sure. I think the main thing about us is that we are far more focused on the sense of community more than necessarily the approach to winning. Because obviously we want our students to win and do the best that they can and get at the top of each tournament that they'll join into. But more often than not, we're focusing on the community aspects of, um, we want to focus on public speaking. We want to focus on communication, not just with each other, but with other folks out in the world. And we want to make sure that the students are going in and having fun more than
Mm-hmm.
anything. If they can come out of this being friends with the rest of their teammates rather than just teammates, that'll make us happier than anything. And I'm sure that's not the most unique thing. I'm sure there are a lot of schools with that sort of approach, but our school is pretty small, so we can hopefully reach out to a lot more of our students um, through either the club or through the team, and just kind of get everyone connected.
I feel like with a small school, you have more of an opportunity to really nurture that community and help it grow in a way that larger schools don't have. So I definitely do think that's unique. Don't sell yourself short. Yeah. So the last question I have for you is kind of general, kind of specific, depends on how you want to answer it. So, for students who are watching this interview right now who might be thinking about gaining entry into an esports program, may it be yours, may it be someone else's, what kind of advice would you give them, either specifically for your program or generally as they go about their search?
I would say that the most important thing is to focus on um, making sure you read everything carefully. There are a lot of students that are going into that, from my experience, didn't necessarily read all of the stuff that I was able to give them. And it's easier to listen, I think, than to read for a lot of students. But when you're speaking to 30 to over 100 students, it can be difficult to speak to each one individually, especially right now when we have to do everything through Discord
Hmm.
or through Zoom or whatever. So making sure that you read everything carefully and understand what you're getting into and the time commitments that it's going to be, because you want to take this seriously more than more than you think it would, because you're playing video games, right? That's what it boils down to. You're playing video games. You're going to be playing with other kids that are in the same age group as you. You're having a good time, but this is a varsity sport. You have to take it as seriously as any of the basketball players do, any of the football players do. Um, School comes first, life is important, but if you want to become a part of a team and have this become something, whether you're doing it for fun or whether you want it for a scholarship, to at a four-year institution, um, you got to take it seriously and read the fine print. And it's not that one is very much more broad,
Hmm.
than just our school, but even just at our small school, it's somewhere to start, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And then any final words you want to leave the audience with in terms of reaching out to you or one of your colleagues for questions? Do you have a Discord that students could join if they want to get to know the community? What is something you want to, leave behind before we disconnect this interview that you didn't get to mention with the questions?
Yeah, so I mean, anyone that has any questions or any interest in joining uh, SUNY Broome's esports program, we do have a Discord. It's our SUNY Broome Esports Club Discord. Like I said before, um, it's open to anyone. We have a handful of students or people that are not students at SUNY Broome that are in that Discord, so that they can kind of get a feel for it. When we have some like alumni that are still in there because they graduated last year, but they wanted to still be a part of the community. That's probably going to be the easiest way. My Discord name is easy. It's This is Nigel, and if any questions for me, please don't hesitate. You can email me, send me a Discord message here, or I don't know, call me, whatever.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Sounds like Kim Possible, huh?
That's it. Yeah.
Awesome, Nigel. I think that's a great place to leave off today. You heard it from here. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Nigel, the Overwatch head coach, leader here at SUNY Broome. Feel free to reach out if you have questions. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. This is great.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Enjoy your day.
Thanks. You as well.
Thank you.